Hi guys, welcome to Crypto 101, the home of value, good information when it comes to cryptocurrency, trading, and investment in general. We saw what happened yesterday. The market moved up and down like I predicted, that they might just want to put it up and bring it down immediately, and you need to be careful. And the news we were expecting was actually correct. I told you on the show yesterday that probably we might see another 75 basis point increase, and maybe from there they're going to slow down the pedal by now bringing down to 50, 25, and now start reducing the interest rate. And exactly that is all what happened yesterday. And also, speaking about inflation, we saw Fed Powell saying the inflation is still on the rise and the target is still to bring it down to 2%. And that makes a lot of people turn around because immediately the news broke yesterday. We saw the stock skyrocketing, even BTC skyrocketing. And after 30 minutes later, when it starts, saying how they're going to control everything, we saw the market start turning around. These are more what we're going to discuss on the show today, and we're going to look at the chart analysis and some other things that are affecting the market. All right, my name is Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, and this is Bitcoin a Breakfast Show where we trade it and we do not gamble it. All right, before we start, if you've not subscribed to the show, you know the drill. Subscribe to the show, hit the likes button. If you're new to the channel, you might want to sit and relax and get to understand why we give good information and value on this beautiful show. We can see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stocks jump following the Fed funds rate hike. The Federal Reserve aggressive monetary policy continued today, and Bitcoin did what it usually does, following other risk assets. And Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency by market cap, was trading at 2650 at the time when the news broke out, and later we saw it returning down to the pattern. You can see it right here. Let's quickly check the chart out. We saw this was the movement before the news broke out, and immediately we have the news. We saw it dip down to 2100 and immediately recovered and move up to 2800, but we were unable to break the 2840 or 2838 I told you guys to watch out for yesterday, because I said if we break that now, we know we having a good structure being formed now. But the truth is, after the news yesterday, we saw that it was what investors were expecting. We then now make them push Bitcoin back up, or we're gonna see Bitcoin start falling down because we're still expecting the CPI data to come out. I think on November 14 thereabout. So you need to watch out for that. So what are we expecting on the chart today? We're going to get down to that shortly. So I'm going to tell you if you need to buy or sell. But before we do that, let's check out what the market cap looks like right now. You can see the market cap is now on 1 trillion 11 billion, and on the sister side is 1 trillion 50 billion, and that says a lot. Let me tell you why it says a lot. The news has come out. Investors, they've reacted to what they want to see, but we are still maintaining 1 trillion US dollars. So what is that saying to say? Are you trying to say now the fear is kicking away gradually, and once we start having the greed, I'm telling you, we're going to see the market start appreciating, and we might start seeing the new bull run cycle begins. But before we get there, let's check out some other news on the radar. We can see right here, Bitcoin tumbles with stock following the first chair remarks on inflation. And it's what I told you, because when the news broke, the market went up like this. Then when the Fed was now talking about that the inflation is still in tight corner and a lot of things still need to be put into consideration, we saw people now selling it back before the market now start coming down around 20,000 zone. And we're going to see a lot of things happening today, because we're still expecting the non-farm pay row talking about the employment change tomorrow to come out. Some data will still come out. I'm going to share it on the channel with you shortly. So Bitcoin is trading at 2359 right now. What do you need to do? I'm going to tell you shortly. And we can see that Powell sees high peak for rates and path to slow tempo of hikes. And Federal, we can see, excuse me, let me say this one's not showing. We can see right here that Federal Reserve Chair Powell opened a new phase in his campaign to regain control of inflation, saying US interest rate will go higher than earlier projected, but the path may soon involve smaller hikes. And it's what we've been expecting on the show. We've actually been waiting for you to see if they're going to start slowing down their pedals on the hikes. And right now we can see price gains for gold, silver as FOMC conclusion power on deck. So now what we're seeing is just that the interest rate is still on the rise. The inflation is not yet in control, but they've now put some measures in place and they believe very soon we're going to see all those things coming down. And he said it yesterday on in the press conference, and he says they're going to make sure they pull down inflation down to 2%. And I believe when we start seeing that, that's when we can now start seeing people having a mindset or full confidence and saying the economy will be back to normal. And you can see the federal fund rate yesterday. The expected was 4%, and the actual was 4%. Now, when that happens, it doesn't make what will I call it? It doesn't make too much effect on the market. Only a little bit we're expecting them to raise it by 75 basis points, and now they raise it with 1%. That will be a disaster. But it was what we were expecting, and a lot of traders or a lot of investors were waiting for that, and that was exactly what played out yesterday. So what are we expecting today? Today we're expecting to see CPI to come out, that's month to month in CHF, and also we're going to be expecting monetary policy, that is their own interest rate, to come out in Bank of England today, and we're going to be seeing their even official bank rate also coming out today, and that is going to have some impact on the cryptocurrency. We all know the new prime minister is crypto lover, and a lot of people are saying maybe we're going to see something good coming out of there. You know, UK has the highest inflation in 40 years, talking about 10.1%, and we're going to see what their interest rate is going to be today. So we might want to stick around and still watch the market and be careful before you get into the market. Also, we'll be expecting the ISM service PMI today in the United States, and tomorrow is very, very important. We're going to be seeing employment change in Canada, employment rates in Canada, average hour earnings month to month in the United States, and non-farm employment change, non-farm payroll. I told you it comes every first Friday of the month. We're going to be seeing that tomorrow. Unemployment rate data will be coming out tomorrow, and all these are very, very important. We might want to look at it too before we jump into conclusion of what the trade will look like. But we're still going to analyze the chart and tell you what you need to do so you have rest of mind when you're trading the market. So let's go to the chart now and see what is going on. We can see even with the news, we only saw this happen yesterday. Let me show you just this movement. Let me delete this. Deleted, yeah. You see, we only saw this movement yesterday. You see, this movement, and that's about, I'm going to tell you right now, you see, that's about 700 points. You see, excuse me, it's not that much. It's just a reaction of both retail trading and investors that believe, oh, okay, is what we expected. So some people bought and sold at the same time. That's why you have this movement. So what are we going to do now? Let's take a look at the chart at 4-hour time frame first. Now we can decide. Right now you can see we're having a nice structure coming down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 thereabout. We have our 5. So what I was saying is we might see a big support around this zone, because you can see we failed to break this zone now. Even with the news, we were thinking we'll be able to break it down to maybe 18,000 zone, 19,000 zone if the news was not favorable. But it was actually what everyone was expecting, because we had a rumor already that they might hype it with 75 basis point and they'll slow down from there. And exactly that is what Fed Powell says on the speech. So what do we need to do now? We've seen that we're failing to break this zone, which is between 20K and, okay, let's just say 20K. We're failing to break 20K to come down below it. So what does that mean? That means the buyer is still believing, I think, it's time for the bull run. Now we might see the market start skyrocketing, but how are we going to stay safe in the market so we don't get caught in the whatever that will be going on? I'm going to show you right now. Let's go to lower time frame now. Yes, you can see the market is recovering nicely after the up and down that happened yesterday. So what are we going to do? We've already seen, we've already seen this playing out. Though we're expecting it to form our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but now since it's what we expected, the investors and the trader, they are reacting to the market positively. When do you now need to get to the market? This is very important, and I want you to listen carefully. We've seen the market now appreciating up like this. That is good. You need to wait. Let the market pull back like this. Let it pull back to mitigate this zone. You see, this should be your entry point for a buy. This should be your entry point for a buy. Or you wait and let it pull back. Then when it pulls back, the moment it's about to break this, that should be your entry point, because this might just be a Fibonacci retracement, and you see the continuation coming down, so you might not want to rush in. You can see we are still on 0.38. We might get on to maybe 50%. Then we'll see the market come down to continue the movement. So you don't want to rush and buy. I tell you that you do not want to rush and buy, even though it's what we're expecting. Interest rate of 75 basis points, what everyone was waiting for, and is what we receive. At the same time, you do not want to rush into the market if you didn't buy down here or you didn't get into the trade yesterday. So what I'll be waiting for is, I traded the market yesterday and I made some money, even though it's not that much, but at least because the market didn't actually move the way I was expecting. But this is what we need to do, guys. We'll wait for it to come down to break here. So your sell stop for today should be below 20,000. Your sell stop for today should be below 20,000. And where is your buy stop? Your buy stop will come after we've seen the market come down to form a structure on a lower time frame. You can see we're having this, let me show you. We're having this moving up like this. We need it to move up to maybe 0.38 Fibonacci retracement, 0.50 Fibonacci retracement, 0.61 Fibonacci retracement, depends on where the market will go down. Then we'll see it come down back. If it fails to break 20K, now you can look for a buy opportunity there, or you wait until it's about to now break the structure it created, and that is when I can advise you to get into the market. But as an investor, I'll just tell you, you need to relax and wait. Let's see where the market will bottom out before you get into the market. But as a trader, you might want to scale in profit here and there, and you must be careful. Make sure you use your risk reward so you do not get caught if the market go otherwise. So what I'm expecting, I'm not in the market right now. I'm chilling. I'm just watching the market is retracing. I might take a shot when I see it at 0.61. You understand? Which that will be, I might take a shot again at 0.61, which that will be around 2,500. If you get to 2,500 and I see that we see a 30-minute candle engulfing or a bearish engulfing another bullish, I might want to take a shot there and just use my risk reward to put a stop loss. I'm talking about traders, and that involves you that have experience. If you don't have experience, you can go to www.instantcashfs.com and apply for free trading, and you will be trained free of charge. You might even get funded. So I might wait for it to get to this point. I'll short it again and see if this market will continue coming down, because when you look at the structure over, you can see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You understand? another lower low form there. We might see small lower high, which will be maybe to 0.61 or even 0.78. That's why I'll be waiting for to take my shot. Then I'll wait for it to come down. You understand? Then when it comes down, fails to break this resistance we've been spiking, you can see we spike it right here, 1. We spike it right here, 2. Now we come back again, this 3. So definitely if you break this zone, the market is going to fall massively. So why we've been waiting for it is because the buyers don't want to give up there and the seller is trying to push it down, but the buyer is just holding the market around that side. So you need to be careful, and that's why I am not in the market right now. I am just watching the market and see when the market is going to turn around, talking about this retracement, then I'm going to place my short. And now, where do I need to place the buy? I've told you, when we see the market start coming down, if you fail to break this point, you can put your sales, your sell stop rather below 20,000. The moment we break below 20,000, I think we should have a sell. But where do we put our buy stop down? And it's tricky. We need the market to come down to retest this, fail to break it, then the moment it's going back, that's where you need to break it. And I think I'll watch the market for you, and once it's about to break out, I'll drop a video immediately, or you can join our Discord channel, our Telegram channel. The link is down in the description, so you don't miss out on those signals, so we can all make money together. So that's that on BTC. We're expecting BTC like mine. It didn't break any structure here because you can see this was the structure. Even when the news was pumping, I was waiting for it to see if it's going to break this 28.35 to 28.40 that I gave you guys yesterday that you can put your buy. The market still didn't break it. So I'm still looking for shorts. I'm not looking for buy yet. I'm still looking for short. So, but if the market should go up like this, come back, fail to break this support again, if it's coming back to break it, I'm now going to put my long in. And if you don't want to miss out on that, so you need to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to all our handles, because we might be dropping the signals on any of the platforms, so you can get to understand what is going on with BTC. So that's that on BTC, and we can see the news just move up and down. The market still remain as I predicted. If you watched the show yesterday, I even have this thing, I don't know what I'll call it, the arrow. Yeah, I have the arrow pointing like this, and saying we might see the market come down even with the news, and it played exactly. But you know, on this show we normally give you where you can put your buy stop and your sell stop in case you don't want to be caught in between. So that's that on BTC. I'm still expecting BTC to come down. I'm just expecting it to go to probably 0.61 or 0.50 Fibonacci retracement, and I'm still going to take another shot from there, and I'm going to use my risk reward. Don't forget to do that also, so you do not lose all your money. So I'll be updating you on it, but on the show for today, this is what I have to analyze for you. BTC is just retracing. It might continue going down because the interest rate was raised by 75 basis points, and CPI is now going to be the next thing that will move the market, talking about the inflation data, and that will come up, I think, around November 14 thereabout. But stick to the channel, subscribe, like, and share, and we'll share that with you as well on this great show. So let's check out Mr. The Merge and see what ETH is doing as well. Mr. The Merge, like I said yesterday, you wouldn't want to get into the trade because I knew it was going to fall down, and you can see it. You see exactly what we're expecting. You see, I said this was our potential red yesterday. If you watch the show, if you're new to the show, I think you've been missing out. You might want to go back and check all the videos and some things we've dropped on the channel, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. So now, what are we expecting on ETH now? You see, ETH is now forming a nice pattern. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, and we have continuation. So now, even though I want to draw this in the lower time frame, you can now say this is our 1. You see, we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, because this didn't break this. Let me show you. 1. Let me turn it to yellow, excuse me. Then we have 2. 1, 2. You see it. 3, 4. We have 5 now. So what are we expecting? I'm expecting ETH to break this zone. So if ETH should break 1005, if you didn't take the chart, excuse me, the trade yesterday, I think I gave a short around this point yesterday that if it breaks 154 thereabout, you can check the video out. But if you didn't take that, you've missed out already. This is uh, another signal for you. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. You need to wait for it to come and break 1005. Then you can take your shot. Take your shot below 1000. Where do you need to buy? There is no buy yet. There is no buy signal on ETH yet. I am not going to lie to you. No buy signal on ETH yet. You need to take your shot below 1005. The only time you can say we're having buy signal is maybe the market come down like this, then you put your buy above this. So the moment it breaks it above, you know you can put your buy. And I'm going to update you on the channel as well when that play out. So for today, ETH is still a short, and I still believe in Bitcoin. We're still going to see it come. Now you can see both of them are just retracing, and if you use Fibonacci for these two, is at above slightly 0.38, same thing as Bitcoin. So they might push ahead to maybe 50% and come down to now form double bottom or break that. If it's forming double bottom, we can take a buy there, or we'll wait for a breakout here to take a buy. And if it's not forming double bottom, it's going to break below 1005. You need to get into the market at that point. So that's that on ETH. ETH is so simple, straightforward. It's just giving us I think for a month or so now, ETH has been giving us straightforward chart analysis. Is not being be dicey kind of, because you can see structure was broken, and that's complete our one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see it. Then we have our 1, then we have our 2. Do you get it? We have our 3. You understand? This is not our 4 because these are 3. Then we have our 4 because this didn't break here. You can see it didn't break it. Let me zoom it nicely so you can see what I'm saying. It did not break it. See it here? You can see that it didn't break it. See it right here? It didn't break it. You understand? So now we have our 4 right here. This is our 4. You see? This is our 4. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 4. Then we have our 5 somewhere here. Then what are we waiting for now? Liquidity grab, excuse me. We are waiting for liquidity grab and also maybe continuation of the trend. And if we're going to see liquidity grab or continuation of the trend, this is going to turn to green. Then we're going to have the year 2 to be green. Then we have continuation of the yellows, which means we're still going to see the market continue. So you need to place safe your buy stop below 1005, and we're going to wait to see if we're going to break. If we don't break it, then we're coming back to break whenever the structure is formed. That is where we need to put our buy stop. Oh, sorry, your sell stop below 1005. Then your buy stop needs to be when the structure is formed, then you get into the market. So that's that on ETH, Mr. The Merge. Let's check out Dogecoin out. Dogecoin, we all know, even we there's a news saying the Elon Musk want to integrate Dogecoin with Twitter, but I told you do not buy the rumor, sell the news, something like that, or sell the news, buy the rumor, something like that. If you stick to the channel, you learn more of it. Yesterday, I told you do not buy what? Dogecoin. You can see Dogecoin 2 has been falling. You can see, and it's been creating a nice structure. I told you the moment it breaks below 0.13, I can remember vividly yesterday, you can short Dogecoin, and you can see now we're below 0.13 and it's forming a nice structure. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we might see it pull back to form this our 1, then maybe around this point then we'll see it continue falling off. I think the interest rate is actually affecting all of them, but even before the news, I told you do not buy Dogecoin, the market will retrace. So I told you they always like to blame the movement on the chart on something, and they blame it on interest rate, and that's why you're seeing the market falling off. If you're enjoying the show and you like what we're doing on this channel, you might want to support the channel by just liking the videos. It's free of charge. Subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can enjoy all the juicy content we're dropping on this great platform. All right, that's that on Dogecoin. Dogecoin is still a sell to me, because you can see it's even forming a nice structure. And I told you even before the news, do not buy, sell below 0.13, and that's what is happening. So I'm expecting this to happen, or even something like this to happen, then we see it continue coming down. So that's on chart analysis on today's show. Let's check out what's happening with the market cap. Dogecoin is trending and has been down 7.5% in the last 24 hours. I told you so, and I said it. If you listen to me, you shouldn't be losing money. Though whatever we're doing on this channel is not financial advice, it's just for educational purpose. But we've been in the market, we've checked the market, and we're using our experience to guide you and teach you what you should do in the market. Do your own research and make sure you trade the amount you can afford to lose, because trading or cryptocurrency is a high risk investment, and you might want to know it very well before you get into the game. All right, let's check out what's going on. You can see Casper is trending, Shiba Inu is trending, and Bitcoin is trading at 20,353, and it's been down for 2.19% in the last 7 days and 0.88% in the last 24 hours. And ETH Mr. Demerge has been down for about 0.55% in the last 7 days and 2.63% in the last 24 hours. And we can see it's trading at 1,552. And Dogecoin is trading at 0.13, and it's been down for about 7% in the last 24 hours, and now down to 72% in the last 7 days. We might want to see some other coin like Solana. Solana is appreciated 0.67% in the last 7 days, and we can see Shiba Inu is 5.5% in the last 7 days. Let's quickly check some coin on that top 100 like we always do on this show, and you can see we can now see a new coin at 101, talking about LRC compound. I know this compound is for compound interest and all of that. If you want to borrow money and all of that with trading, and the stock is now at 102, trading at $48, and we can see Celo at 105, trading at 0.72 cent, Stepping at 107, trading at 0.51, and Cadena is been pushing down at 124, trading at $1.31. Let's check out some NFT out before we move on the show. Let's check out the top collections, and we can see the top collections still remain CryptoPunk at number 1, Mutant APH at number 2, but APH now down to number 3, and Other D for Other Side at number 4, Moonbet at number 8, and we can see the leads go on, and you might want to see the one you want to bag your money on. Make sure you do your own research before you put your money on any project, especially NFT. So much bubbles is going on there. So we can see BTC trading, the market cap trading at over 1 trillion, volume trading in the last 24 hours, 100 billion and above, and 38.7% talking about BTC dominance, and 18.8% talking about ETH, excuse me, dominance. Now that's that on the market watch. Let's now check the fear and greed, because we can't do without checking the fear and greed to know what the sentiment looks like. And we can see the fear and greed index is sitting at 30. It's been on 30 for the past I think 2 or 3 days now, from 33 to 32 and to 30, and it's been sitting there. So, and we now saw what happened yesterday with the stock market tumbling, and we see them regaining after Fed Powell now talk about inflation is still on the rise, and they might want to slow down interest in the nearest future if the inflation continues to now come down, and the targets to remain at 2%. And we're going to see, I think 2023 is going to be interesting for crypto trading and even financial investment in general. So you do not want to miss that. And we're going to be giving you all the juicy content, all the information and good value right on this show. And if you've not subscribed, I think you're missing out. You need to do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share. All right, shout out to our sponsor, Instacash FX, for standing behind us since the beginning of this great platform. And if you want to trade Bitcoin, you want to buy, you can contact them on their WhatsApp. You can make your order online. They're fast, reliable, and efficient. And also, if you want to learn how to trade, they're training you guys for free. You enroll on that over here, come to training right here, and you can apply, and you'll be called according to your batches, and you get free training. Shout out to Instacash FS for standing with us ever since the inception of the show. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you're missing out. You might want to do that. Subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all the juicy content we're dropping on this show. All right, guys, inflation report will be coming shortly, but tomorrow is going to be data for NFP, that's non-farm payroll. We're going to be seeing the non-farm employment change, and we're going to be seeing employment and employment change coming out on Canada, and that will be very important as well. You do not want to miss tomorrow's episode. And also, we saw the interest rate is now being increased by 75 basis points, and we can see the investors are still just reacting to the market slightly. But if you check the chart out, you will know what we've talked about on today's episode. All right, thanks for hanging out with me to this point. I appreciate you. I appreciate our subscribers, our viewers, and I believe you're getting good information and value from this platform. I still remain myself, Ahmed Oladimeji Kazeem, until I catch you on another wonderful episode of this beautiful The Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it. It's peace out.